It's time for high school playoff softball. Welcome to the EATEL Game of the Week. We have an opening round game in the Class 5A by-district round. It'll be the 16th seed Dutchtown Lady Griffins entertaining the 17th seed Sulphur Lady Tours this afternoon in this first round game in the 5A state playoffs. Dutchtown comes in at 20-10. Sulphur, meanwhile, at 17-9. Of course, if you follow softball, you know Sulphur's a big name in Louisiana high school softball because all the teams want to eventually get to Sulphur. Fresh Park in Sulphur is where the state tournament is held, and this is the first step. Takes 5 wins to win a championship, and it all begins today for Dutchtown and Sulphur here in this by-district round game. And with overcast skies, looks like we shouldn't have any problem getting this game in. For Dutchtown, this is going to be their first home first-round playoff game since 2015, and in 2015 it was a good year for the Lady Griffins as they ended up finishing in the state finals and fell to Sam Houston in the championship game. But what a year it was for Coach Nancy Insminger, who is now in her 14th year, and the Lady Griffin team back in 15. But they'll look for a win tonight. Last year, Dutchtown went on the road, played at Sanoma in an opening round game in the playoffs. Sanoma won that game 12-1. Also for Sulphur, they met a district foe as they played Barb in the first round last year, and they lost to the Barb Lady Bucks 11-6. So both these ball clubs trying to advance to the second round after being eliminated in the first round the last couple of years. We'll be taking a look at the starting lineups and have a whole lot more as we have first round softball playoff action, Class 5A state playoffs. It's all coming up next. Stay with us right here on the EATEL Game of the Week.
Exercising is my life, so when I had to stop because of my foot and ankle pain, I was absolutely devastated. I chose Peak, and they taught me how to relieve the pain. They really do bring out the athlete in everyone. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Is it possible to look up to someone who barely reaches your knee? Can someone who can't speak leave you speechless? Kids are amazing, which is why at Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, we're doing amazing things for them. From operating the area's only 24-hour pediatric ER to prescribing a little fun and games every now and then. Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, the relentless pursuit of better.
State Farm Agent Mike Toops is ready to serve your family. Mike's team can get you the best coverage for home, auto, and life at competitive rates. Mike Toops is well known in our area for great customer service. Call or click today. And don't forget to ask about our banking services.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Well, as you can see here at Lady Griffin Park, wind blowing out pretty good to left field, so anything hit toward the left side out toward the outfield is going to get a chance to get a boost today. Sulphur comes in, as we said, they are 17-9 on the year, coached by Julie Mancuso. Meanwhile, Dutchtown 20 wins in 30 games, so they're 20-10 on the year, and they are the 16th seed. Dutchtown thought possibly going into the before the brackets came out that they may have to travel as a 17th seed, but once the brackets were officially released a couple of days ago, they did end up being the 16th seed and thus hosting a first-round playoff game for the first time since 2015. Lyle Boudreau, our broadcast partner Mike Moeller, taking a evening off, spending some family time this weekend as we've got this first round game between Dutchtown and Sulphur. Firing it down is going to be Bryn Sanji to second base. And it will be McKenna Rarick on the mound or in the circle for Dutchtown. McKenna is 19-7 on the year with a 3.56 ERA. This Dutchtown team scores a whole lot of runs. And the key is going to be just how much they're able to hold down this Sulphur offense. Both these teams come in red hot. Even though Sulphur is 17-9 on the year, they won 15 of their last 17 games. Meanwhile, Dutchtown has won 14 of their last 16. And we're underway. State playoff game by district round. The batter is going to be Laney Bertelson. First pitch from McKenna Rarick is a called strike. And we are on the way from Lady Griffin Park. Good crowd here this afternoon. Sulphur, they have brought a nice contingent from Southwest Louisiana. Here's a ground ball foul third base side. Off of the screen protecting the third base dugout. And quickly it is 0-2. Bailey Chassaw, the shortstop, and then Abby Massey, the catcher. They're going to follow here in the first for Sulphur. A few weeks ago, Dutchtown went and participated in the Sulphur Invitational. That was back in the middle of March. Ground ball right back to the mound, speared by McKenna. Over to Skylar Boyd, and that is 1 up and 1 down, and that is how this game will begin. So, the comebacker.
Now batting shortstop.
Rarick fields for position well. And let's check the defense. In the outfield, it's Anna Jones in left, Caitlin Bessonette in center field, Camille Dawsey, the right fielder for Dutchtown. In the infield, left side, it's Madison Mitchell, third base, Cassidy Hoods, the shortstop. Katie Lockwood over at second with Skylar Boyd at first. Bryn Sanji is the catcher, and McKenna Rarick is in the circle. And the first pitch to Bailey Chassaw is a ball up high. Bailey's a sophomore. She plays shortstop for Sulphur. And that pitch gets the inside corner. Looks like we got a pretty open zone through the first two batters. Abby Massey, the catcher, is on deck. Young ball club for this Sulphur team. Only a couple of seniors in their starting lineup. Little roller towards second base. Katie Lockwood to Skylar Boyd. 2 ground ball outs. And that'll bring up Abby Massey. Got a little bit of a check swing there. Easy play for Katie Lockwood.
Catcher number 1, Abby Massey.
And the sophomore Abby Massey, a catcher. She'll be at the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. We're going to take a look at the Dutchtown batting order after this half inning. As the first pitch misses downstairs for a ball. 3-man umpiring crew this afternoon out of the Lafayette Association. Been overcast all day here in South Louisiana, but no threat of rain in the forecast. Right down the middle for a called strike, and it's 1-1. A bouncer back to the circle and a ground ball to second base. That's how this first inning has gone with 2 up and 2 down. Check to swing, and the count now 2-1. Sulphur comes out of a very competitive district. Matter of fact, 2 of the top 3 seeds in this 5A state playoffs are members of District 3 5A. Sam Houston, the top seed, Barb, the 3rd seed. Next pitch is going to stay high, and it's 3-1. McKenna on the year, 149 in the 3rd inning, so she's at 150 innings pitched this year. Allowed 152 hits, so right at a hit an inning. Has 110 strikeouts. Boy, 3-1 swinging away for Abby Massey. She fouls at third base side and will do it again now at 3-2. Good color contrast today. Dutchtown in their home blacks, white pants. Blue and yellow colors for Sulphur, so they're decked out in all blue tops and blue pants. Here's our first payoff pitch of the day, and it's fouled straight back, headed toward Ted Babin in my car. I think it might have came up just short, at least hopefully. Ted Babin moving over from the PA voice for Dutchtown baseball, taking over for softball for this playoff game today. And we'll do it again at 3-2. As we said, also now a wind blowing out toward left field. So far, 2 ground balls. And that pitch misses outside, so a good at bat by Abby Massey. She becomes the first base runner of the day. And that'll be on a 2-out walk.
Left fielder number 11, Kristen
And
Ryan.
it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner. And the courtesy runner will be Mia
Now running
LeBeau.
at first base, number 15, Mia LeBeau.
So Mia LeBeau will be the runner at first base for the catcher Abby Massey with 2 outs. And the senior left fielder, Chrislyn Ryan, is going to be the batter. Chrislyn is one of only 2 seniors in the starting lineup, along with the right fielder, Trinity Trahan. Big win for Sulphur came on the 28th of last month when they defeated Barb 5-4. First pitch high for a ball. So McKenna, no problem with the first 2 batters. Now a 2-out walk, and Chrislyn Ryan, the left fielder, at the plate. Play straight away defensively as this ball is hit well toward right center field. It's got some carry, but it's going to stay in the yard. And Caitlin Bessonette, the freshman's going to track it down. Thought for a moment it might have enough hang time, but Bassinet had a beat on it the whole way, and she runs it down in right center field, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So a runner is stranded as we now move to the bottom half of inning number 1. And let's take a look now at the batting order turned in by Coach Nancy Insminger. Lady Griffins are 20-10 on the year. This is Coach Insminger's 14th season. Leading off in center field will be Caitlin Bessonette. Batting second in left field, it's Anna Jones. Hitting third, playing third base today is going to be sophomore Maddie Mitchell. Shortstop's Cassidy Hood. She is the 4-hitter. The only senior in the starting lineup and only senior on the team, Skylar Boyd at first base, will hit 5th. Brenna Sanji, the catcher, a freshman, bats 6th. The pitcher, McKenna Rarick, will bat 7th. She's a sophomore. Second baseman, Katie Lockwood's going to hit 8th, and batting 9th, the designated player, Carly Turner. Carly, a junior. The flex player today is also the right fielder. That'll be Camille Dawsey for the Dutchtown Griffins. In the circle, taking our warm-up pitches, it's going to be Sophia Tanner. There you see Sophia warming up. Abby Massey, the catcher. First round game. State playoffs, of course, the winner with this 16-17 matchup. Winner gets the top seed, Sam Houston Covington winner. And you figure Sam Houston, the number 1 seed, shouldn't have any problem with the 32 seed Covington. So here we go with Caitlin Bessonette. The freshman is going to lead off. Caitlin batting .440 on the year, 20 RBIs. A couple of Dutchtown games we've had this year, we talked about those RBI number in the leadoff spot. So Sophia Tanner, the pitcher. Slap foul, third base side, and we're underway in the bottom of the first. Anna Jones, Maddie Mitchell are going to follow here for Dutchtown. Lady Griffins are averaging almost 10 runs a ball game. They have put some numbers up on the board, some runs. We'll see how things work out today. Line drive off the pitcher's glove. And that is going to be an infield single. That was a shot right back up the middle. And Caitlin able to beat it out for the infield hit. You see right off the glove, Sophia Tanner put the glove up in self-defense. By the time Bailey Chasson could track it down, no chance to get the speedy Bessonette at first base. Caitlin's got 9 steals on the year. The batter now will be the left fielder, Anna Jones. Shows bunt. Play in at third. Throw to first. Threw it away. Bessonette's going to take off for third. Going to second base is Anna Jones. Coming home is Bessonette. She scores. Jones to third, and the Lady Griffins are on the board 1-0. So that'll be a sacrifice bunt and an error on the catcher. And Dutchtown able to take advantage to take a 1-0 lead, threatening for more.
Maddie Mitchell.
Batter now, Maddie Mitchell, the third baseman, with 37 RBIs on the year. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Maddie hitting .527, 2 home runs, 37 RBIs. And a big spot for the sophomore here. That was a throwing error on the third baseman, Madison Krashan. As they had the out at first base, but the throw got away. Pitches inside. Boy, the Lady Griffins made them pay for that first mistake for the Lady Tours. Fouled out of play. Cal will move now to 1-2. On deck, Cassidy Hood. Dutchtown trying to put up a crooked number here in the first. A 2-out walk, the only base runner for the Lady Tours in their half of the first. Wind blows out toward left field. Change up, popped up in the infield. Runner's going to have to hold. Bailey Chesson, the shortstop, makes the catch. And that is a big out for Sulphur, their first of the game.
Now batting for the Lady Griffins.
And it's going to now bring up Cassidy Hood.
Cassidy Hood.
Cassidy is the RBI leader for Dutchtown. She has 39 on the year. She's also got 3 home runs. Cassidy, a sophomore, bats .417 on the year. Has a teammate, Anna Jones, down at third with 1 out in the inning. Another off-speed pitch taken downstairs. Skylar Boyd, the on-deck hitter. Dutchtown took advantage of an infield single off the pitcher Sophia Tanner's glove. Then a 3-base throwing error. Pitches outside to count 2-0. Sophia Tanner, a sophomore, the pitcher for Sulphur. Missed outside again, and it's 3-0. Very patient at bat for Cassidy. Leads the team in doubles, home runs, and RBIs. One out, runner at third, or run in the first. And taking a strike all the way, the count now 3-1. Crowd still filing in for this local 5 o'clock start on a Friday afternoon. State playoffs started yesterday and today. A little different format this year. It's not the final 8 that's going to go to Sulphur for the state tournament. It's going to be the final 4. Quarterfinal games will be played on the school campuses. And that time, Cassidy chased the ball. And the count full at 3-2. Good pitch by Tanner to get Hood to chase that rise ball. And the count now 3-2, a payoff pitch. Good take, ball outside, and runners now at first and third. So one with some slow pitch, a slow pitch.
The Lady Griffins, first baseman number 10, Skylar Boyd.
And Skylar Boyd, the only senior on the Dutchtown team, is going to bat. Skylar hitting .432 on the year, a home run and 28 RBIs. Teammates Anna Jones at third, Cassidy Hood is at first. Bullpen activity getting started for Sulphur already here in the first. There goes the runner down to second. The throw down won't be in time. Coming in to score is Anna Jones on a double steal, as Jones easily scores. And it is 2-0, as that time the Griffins put the play on, and Sulphur elected to go after Hood, who easily had the base stolen, and once the ball trickled off of Lainey Burleson's glove. 13 stolen bases now for Cassidy. 24 steals now for Anna Jones. She's the team leader. Ground ball right side. Little underhand flip for the second out. Going to third will be Cassidy Hood, as that'll be the second out of the inning. Schuyler kind of a little bit behind on this swing, trying to go the other way. Second out of the inning. Here comes the freshman catcher, Bryn Sanji. She's had a very productive year.
Number 16, Bryn Sanji.
Bryn tied with Maddie Mitchell with 37 RBIs. That's good for second best on this Lady Griffin team. First pitch is a roller to second base. Over to first, and that'll do it. But the damage done for Dutchtown in the inning. They'll end up scoring 2 runs on 1 hit. There was an error, and a runner was left on base. We've got by-district based softball for you, and after 1, Dutchtown's on top, 2-0 here on the EATEL Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
Lyle Boudreaux, welcome back to Lady Griffin Park. Our first visit here this year. We had Dutchtown twice this year in softball. Both times we're on the road, but we've got them here in the first round of the playoffs. The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School wants to thank Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic and State Farm Insurance and local agent Mike Toops for their support of the Dutchtown High Sports Medicine Program. And as we take a look around as we get ready to head to the second inning, what a nice complex they have here at Dutchtown. This softball field is beautiful. They've got the grass is in great shape. To our left is Griffin Field. And then a little bit further down to our left is Griffin Park, where Coach Chris Shakesnyder's baseball team plays. Nice complex they have here on the campus in Geismar. Braley, Richard, Vega, Tower, and Abby LeBlue are going to be the first 3 scheduled against McKenna Rarick in inning number 2. An infield single, then a sacrifice bunt, and a 3-base throwing error, and a double steal. Plates 2 runs for Dutchtown. And it is going to be a 1-out walk in that 2-out walk in the first inning, the only base runner so far for Sulphur. A ball, no strikes the count. Now it's 2-0. The batter, Braley Richard, a first baseman. She's only a freshman. Hits number 5 in the batting order. Pitch misses upstairs and is quickly now 3-0. Of course, Sulphur, a hotbed for softball. Fresh Park is where the state tournament ends up. Everybody tries to get to Sulphur at the end of April. And that's going to be a very quick 4-pitch walk. Not the way you want to start this second inning. So with 1 out, with nobody out.
Number 4, Vega Tower.
The batter now will be Vega Tower, a sophomore. Nice running catch in center field by Caitlin Bassinet into the top of the first inning, and that's now 5 in a row, missed by McKenna Rarick. Bullpen activity continues for Sulphur down the first base side. Really good crowd of Sulphur followers have made their way here. Of course, the Lady Griffin fans are here. This pitch has popped up, so after 5 in a row, a pop-up, and McKenna is going to make the grab, and that's about as high a pop-up as you're going to see in softball. And that's out number 1. See, McKenna, nobody was calling her off, so she just kind of took charge of it. Made the grab, and here is Abby LeBlue. Abby is the designated player today for Sulphur. The pitcher, Sophia Tanner, is the flex. Abby's a junior. Takes the first pitch downstairs, ball 1. We'll take a look at the bracket that these teams are playing in as far as the Class 5A bracket when we get a chance. Winner of this game will probably get Sam Houston, the number 1 seed. A pitch is for a strike. It's 1-1. Madison Crashan is on deck, the third baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at first. Didn't chase, it's 2-1. McKenna Rarick, a sophomore. Brent Sanji, a freshman catcher. That's 3 balls and a strike. Both these teams lost to district rivals in the first round last year. Dutchtown lost 12-1 to Santa Monica in the first round. Meanwhile, Barb defeated Sulphur last year in the first round, 11-6. Called strike at the belt. It's 3-2. Good pitch by McKenna. Abby had started her way. It took about a step toward first base. They call her back. Rayleigh Richard, the runner at first. 3-2 pitch. Roller to third. They're going to go to second base and got the force out. Good job by Maddie Mitchell. Thought she might take this sure out at first base, but instead they go to second. As Katie Lockwood's going to be covering there. Good hard throw. Second out. Safe at first will be Abby at first base with that fielder's choice, and Madison Crashaw, the batter. Madison, the third baseman. Madison only a freshman. So McKenna trying to work around a leadoff walk in the inning. This ball is going to be foul over the head of the third baseman, Maddie Mitchell. Madison making a bid to try to drop one in over the third base side. First round action by district, Class 5A state playoffs. First time since 2015 the Lady Griffins have a first round home playoff game. Checked her swing, it's outside, did not miss by much. And the count 1-1. Dutchtown, one of 3 teams from 5-5A to make the postseason. 6 teams in District 3 5A made it to the postseason. Snap throw down. 2 balls and a strike to count. Three and 1 to count. And that's going to be ball 4. I think it hit her foot. Not sure if that was a ball or hit her. It did hit her foot. So you've got Abby LeBlue moving up to second base. Hit by the pitch is Madison. And with 2 outs, it brings up Trinity Trahan. Trinity, the senior right fielder. one of only 2 seniors in the starting lineup for Sulphur. Sulphur at 17-9, the 17 seed. Dutchtown at 20-10. The 5-5A teams include Santa Ma, the 4 seed, Dutchtown, the 16 seed, and East Ascension ends up being the 25 seed. Meanwhile, out of the Sulphur district, number 1 seed is Sam Houston, number 3 seed is Barb. Then Sulphur at 17, Acadiana at 20, Como's at 21, and New Iberia, the 28 seed. Trinity Trahan takes a pitch high, and it's ball 1. So control, which was not a problem in that first inning for the most part, a bit of a problem here in the second inning for McKenna Rarick. Runners are at first and second. Shows bunt, takes a called strike, got the outside corner there. And it's 1-1. Dutchtown scored on 1 hit in the bottom of the first inning, got 2 runs out of it. Shows bunt, fouled at the plate, and it's now 1-2. So runners at first and second with 2 outs and a 1-2 count as we play here in the second. Got her swinging, big out. What a time to pick up the first strikeout for McKenna Rarick. And that's going to retire the side in the inning. 2 runners are going to be left on base. We're going to head to the bottom half of inning number 2. And Dutchtown is on top 2-0. Well, Coach Nancy Insminger is at Dutchtown. This is her 14th year. She took over in 2007. It's also her 22nd year as a head coach. The Lady Griffins have reached that state tournament we've talked about in Sulphur. They've done it 6 times in school history, including 3 times under Insminger in 2011, 2013, and also in 2015. That was when they finished as the Class 5A runners-up. In district play over the past 4 seasons, Dutchtown is 26-9, as they have had a very good softball program. You see Coach Insminger talking to her dugout. Coach Insminger's been doing this for quite a while. Comes from a softball family. And there's a look at the 2019 Dutchtown Lady Griffin softball team as they look for a playoff win here this afternoon. In the middle of the 3rd inning, we'll take a look at Skylar Boyd, the only senior on this year's team. 7, 8, 9 due up in the batting order. It's going to be McKenna Rarick, Katie Lockwood, and Carly Turner for Dutchtown. Sophia Tanner right back up the middle on her first pitch. Well, actually it hits the bag, but McKenna's going to be safe, as that'll be a base, literally a base hit. About as close to a base hit as you're going to get. Boop. Off the second base bag. We're going to get a courtesy runner. And that courtesy runner is going to be Aubrey Essery.
Number 6, Aubrey Essery.
So Aubrey, only a freshman, will be the courtesy runner. Aubrey, as a courtesy runner this year, has scored 18 runs. Batter now is Katie Lockwood. Shows bunt, takes it back. Katie with a .378 batting average as the 8-hitter. Katie's got a home run and 19 RBIs. Dutchtown trying to add to a 2-0 lead. They scored both their runs on only 1 hit in that first inning. Aubrey Essery, the courtesy runner, pitches outside. The count now 2-0. Designated player Carly Turner is on deck. Boy, you take a look at these batting averages for Dutchtown. Nobody hitting below 362. They swing the bats. Almost 10 runs a game is what they average through 30 games. This ball hit pretty well to right field, and nice recovery by Trinity Trahan. And they're going to get a double play because Essery took off running. And that had a whole lot of promise, but Trahan made a nice recovery. Watch her get fooled on this. Starts in, but then has enough speed to recover.
Now batting for the Lady Griffins, the designated.
And on the run was Aubrey Essery, and they get the double play, and just like that, two are gone. Well, that'll quickly take care of a bit of a rally. Carly Turner, the designated player, batting .362 at the plate. Carly, a junior, has seen some time in the circle, pitching 17 2/3 innings this year. But it has been mostly McKenna Rarick in the circle for Dutchtown. This ball hit pretty well to left field, but it's going to hang up. And Chrislyn Ryan is going to run it down. So some balls well hit, well struck in the inning, but nothing to show, as Carly put a good swing on it, but Chrislyn Ryan made a nice play in left field. We're through two. We're headed to the third right here on the EATEL Game of the Week with the Lady Griffins on top, 2-0.
Hi, Erin with EATEL to talk about the internet service in your home.
Our engineers never rest because we are committed to bringing you the latest network upgrades for home connectivity.
We are constantly upgrading equipment because today, the average house has 7 connected devices. Streaming video, mobile devices, gaming, it all takes bandwidth, and EATEL has a full lineup of internet service options. Does your package match your needs? Call for an internet checkup and get the speed you deserve from EATEL.
Fast, local, reliable.
And welcome back to Lady Griffin Park. Glad you could join us for this afternoon softball game. First round Class 5A state playoffs. Dutchtown and Sulphur as we head to the third. The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School wants to thank Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health and Peak Performance Physical Therapy for their support of the Dutchtown High Sports Medicine Program. As we move on to inning number 3, it'll be back topside in the order.
Leading off the top of the third,
Lanny Bertelson, Bailey Chasson, and Abby Massey. Laney bounced back to the mound to start the ball game. I'm Lyle Boudreau. Glad you could join us today. First round playoff action. We've still got regular season boys baseball coming up next week. First pitch a called strike. It's 0-1. Bertelson, the junior second baseman for Sulphur. As we said, both these teams have come in hot. Sulphur winners 15 of their last 17 games. Dutchtown has won 14 of their last 16. Dutchtown lost the heartbreaker scene on the game of the week back on March 12th as they fell to Sanoma 4-3. What a game that was. Foul ball at the plate. Count now is going to be 1-2. Baseball winding down. Softball playoffs beginning today. Baseball is going to wrap it up next week in the regular season, then they'll move on to the postseason. We have one more regular season game for you in baseball. Pitch is outside and the count now 2-2. McKenna Rarick looks into Bryn Sanji for the sign. Foul ball third base side. And the count's going to stay at 2-2. One base runner in the first inning for Sulphur. They had 2 base runners in the second inning. A walk and a hit batter. And a walk in the first inning. Here's a roller to third. High throw, stretched by Skylar Boyd. Maddie Mitchell to Skylar Boyd, and that's out number 1. Skylar with the good wingspan, able to bring it down. There you see out number 1 in the third. So here is Bailey Chasson, a sophomore. First pitch, popping it up towards center field. Running it down is going to be Caitlin Bessonette. A lot easier play there than the one she made to end the first inning. Well, we've talked about only one senior on this team, and that's Skylar Boyd, the first baseman for Dutchtown. A good swing by Chasson here, but an easy play for Bessonette. We're going to take a look at Skylar Boyd then and now after this half inning, as we've done on our Throwback Thursdays, so it's a Flashback Friday for us. Abby Massey walked her first time up, one of 2 walks issued by McKenna. Other games going on. Sanoma is entertaining Live Oak, while East Ascension is at Walker. That's other first-round games going on today. Good pitch there, evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Abby Massey, the sophomore catcher for Sulphur. Hard hit ball off of Maddie Mitchell. Massey's going to end up at second base. And that ball was absolutely smoked. That's going to be a double. And the first hit of the day for Sulphur. And they're going to come in now and take a look at Maddie Mitchell because that ball was absolutely smoked. Looks like Maddie might have taken that one off the knee. Mia LeBeau is going to come in and be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Abby Massey.
Running at second base, number 15.
And now you got Maddie Mitchell's going to try to walk it off. Very important bat for this Dutchtown team as she hits third in the lineup. And she's moving around pretty good now. She'll be okay. But that ball was hit so hard. Once it went off of a knee, it just ricocheted in the foul territory. And Massey easily able to make it in the second base. Well, you just don't see balls hit that hard at third baseman like that in softball that often.
Number 11, Chrislyn Ryan.
So the batter now will be Chrislyn Ryan. Chrislyn Ryan is the one that hit that fly ball pretty well to right center field. That was tracked down by Caitlin Bessonette in the first. Mia LeBeau, the runner at second base, pitches inside for a ball. So Sulphur trying to get something going with 2 outs in the inning. A ground out and a fly out. And now their first hit, a double by Abby Massey. Popped her up. Should stay in the ballpark. There's Anna Jones under it. And Anna's going to squeeze out number 3. So a good job to get the third out by McKenna Rarick. That's now 4 runners that have been stranded by Sulphur.
Your score, Dutchtown 2.
Through 3 at-bats. So we're going to move on now to the bottom of the third inning. It is 2-0 Dutchtown on top. And as we talk, Skylar Boyd, the only senior for this Dutchtown ball club. And let's take a look at Skylar throughout her career. There you see, as a youngster playing for the 007s out at Butch Gore. Skylar now is a senior. And boy, they grow up quickly, don't they? Next month, she'll be a part of the Dutchtown High School graduating class. Salute to Skylar Boyd, the only senior on the Dutchtown High softball team. And as we move now to the bottom of the third, We'll go top side of the order. Caitlin Bessonette, Anna Jones, and Maddie Mitchell. Good job so far today by McKenna Rarick. There has been traffic in all 3 innings for Sulphur. They've had 4 base runners. They've stranded all 4. Caitlin Bessonette had an infield hit. She hit one off the glove of the pitcher, Sophia Tanner. Well, what a job Caitlin has done this year as only a freshman. This pitch is outside for a ball. Caitlin has improved on that .440 batting average. With Caitlin and Anna 1-2 in the batting order, you've got some very speedy players. They set the table for Maddie and Cassidy and Skylar. That's why those RBI totals are so high for this Dutchtown ball club. Ooh, that pitch looked like it took forever to get to home plate. And it's a called strike. Well, that's the kind of pitch you throw a slapper because there's just no way you can sit back and wait on that. So it's a ball and a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Winner advances to play the Covington at Sam Houston winner. Sulphur has already played Sam Houston this year. Sam Houston, the #1 seed in the state and very well regarded base softball program, as that's a called strike. It's 2-2. The district Sulphur plays in has the 1 and 3 seeds in Sam Houston and Barb. Sulphur upset Barb recently in a district game. Fouled out of play. Good job by Caitlin to battle off that outside pitch. This is one of the better crowds I've seen for one of the Dutchtown softball games. Of course, Sulphur's brought a nice crowd. 3-2 now the count. Not a bad trip down I-10. About, what, 2.5 hour drive, as Ted Babin says. Yeah, with no traffic. If you can get from here to Lafayette, you got a shot. Payoff pitch. Fly ball right field, and it's going to be run down by Trinity Trahan as she tracked it down. I thought maybe that ball might drop for extra bases, but Trinity makes the catch for the out as you see her run this down in right field. So we've seen Trinity make a couple of nice plays in right field. Here's Anna Jones, credited with a sacrifice. She laid one down, and when the throw to first was bad, she ended up at third base. Scored on the back end of a double steal. Anna, only a sophomore. Boy, when your leadoff hitter has 20 RBIs, your number 2 hitter has 22 RBIs, you know you're scoring some runs. Slaps this towards center field. Center fielder is going to call off the right fielder. Vega Tower makes the catch for the second out. Not where Anna wants to put it. She likes to keep it on the ground. Got underneath that swing. And a routine play for Vega Tower in center field. So Maddie Mitchell, good to see her at the plate as she took that hard hit ball by Abby Massey off her knee in the top half of the inning. Maddie popped up to short, her only time up today. Pitch way outside for ball 1. Sulphur with 17 wins on the year. Dutchtown with 20. That's a base hit right back up the middle. Nice job by Maddie. And that is going to be the 3rd Dutchtown hit of the day. So a single up the middle puts a 2-out base runner at first base. Nice stroke by Maddie. And the batter now, Cassidy Hood. Cassidy walked her first time up. She leads the Lady Griffins in home runs with 3. and also leads in RBIs with 39. She was on that front end of the double steal back in the first. Going to be foul. Nice attempt by the third baseman and catcher, but the ball falls by the on-deck circle and Skylar Boyd. We play in the third. The only runs came in the first inning for Dutchtown. 2-0 the score. Wind blows out toward left field here this afternoon. Sophomore Sophia Tanner does the pitching for Sulphur. Ball hit hard but foul third base side. Cassidy a tad out in front on that swing. Well, that's a nice look. You get a chance to see this softball facility, and also in the background you see the high school. Adding a lot of stuff here at Dutchtown High. School opened up in 2002. This ball is going to twist down the left field line, and the left fielder is going to run out of room in foul territory. The count will stay no balls and 2 strikes. Maddie Mitchell, the base runner at first base with 2 outs in the inning. Changed up, fought it off, fouled it off, and that'll scatter a few people. That ball was hit more where it looked like a couple of the athletes were. Normally when you hit that where the families are, they'll scatter all over the place on a little pop foul like that. 0-2 pitch coming up to Cassidy. This should stay in play. Coming in foul territory is Christian Ryan. She'll make the catch. And it's going to be 1 hit, and a runner was stranded. As you see, Cassidy got out in front of this pitch a little bit, and it is run down by Ryan. After 3, Dutchtown's on top, 2-0 here on the EATEL Game of the Week.
I've been with EATEL for 20 years now, and all of us, you know, we just want to get the job done. Keeping up with the technology, it's just booming. I mean, we have to call back and get support from the office, and they're really fixing the problem back there. My favorite part of the job would be helping the customers and, you know, just the satisfaction you feel if you solve their problem, just a good feeling. I'm definitely proud to work at EATEL. It's a great company. My name is Paul, and when you call EATEL, you're going to get the service that you deserve.
Welcome back to Lady Griffin Park in the EATEL Game of the Week. First round, Class 5A state playoffs. Dutchtown is on top by a 2-0 score as we head to inning number 4. But first, the athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School wants to thank Hollis Orthodontics and Raising Cane's in Prairieville, the official chicken of the Dutchtown Griffins, for their support of the Dutchtown High Sports Medicine Program. Well, Dutchtown, 16 seeds, Sulphur, the 17 seed.
For Sulphur, first baseman number 16, Braylee Richard.
It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Lady Tours. Of course, Sulphur trying to get back to their home field. All the softball teams in the state try to make it to Sulphur for the state tournament. This year it'll be the final 4 teams going and not the final 8 as had been the case for such a long time. Braylee Richard fouls off the first pitch. Braylee led off the second inning and drew a walk. She was eventually forced out at second base. McKenna Rarick has been very good in the circle today, only allowed 1 hit. That was a 2-out double in the last inning. Up and away. Again, defensively for Dutchtown in the outfield, left to right, is Anna Jones, Caitlin Bessonette, and Camille Dawsey. Maddie Mitchell and Cassidy Hood left side of the infield with Katie Lockwood and Skylar Boyd on the first base side. Shows bunt, bunts through it. It's 1-2. For a team that scores a lot of runs in Sulphur, McKenna has done a good job keeping them in check. As we talked about, both these teams have been hot. This always figures to be one of the better matchups as the count goes to 2-2. When you got the 16-17 seed, that's normally your most evenly balanced first-round playoff game. Games that have already been played in this first round have had a lot of 10-run rules. 2-2 pitch. Bounces in. And it's now 3-2. McKenna trying to avoid what happened in the second inning with the leadoff walk to this hitter, Braley Richard. Braley, the freshman first baseman. Fouled off a tough pitch inside corner. Count stays at 2-2. Or 3-2, I should say. So a payoff pitch from McKenna Rarick. Ground ball in the hole. Strong throw by Cassidy Hood for the out. Cassidy made that look easy. I thought that ball might end up in left field, but you're going to see Cassidy move to her right and fire a strike to Skylar Boyd. Here's Vega Tower, the center fielder. She's the young lady that popped up right back to the mound to McKenna Rarick, who caught the pop up in front of the circle. Rise ball is up high. Abby LeBlue is on deck. Both these teams eliminated in the first round last year. Two balls, no strikes. Wind has been blowing out toward left center field this afternoon here at Lady Griffin Park. As you can see from that shot there, they have some outfield signs here at this park. 3-0. Senior Skylar Boyd's going to come in and offer a word of encouragement to the sophomore pitcher. See if the take is on all the way, or that pitch is up and away, and that's ball 4. So we have the third walk issued today by McKenna.
Now batting the designated player number 12, Abby LeBeau.
And here is Abby LeBlue, the designated player who hit into the fielder's choice. She bounced to third to Maddie Mitchell her first time up. That pitch moved inside, so that's a ball and no strikes with Madison Crashan on deck. Grounded foul, third base side. McKenna has done a really nice job today in the circle from not really letting Sulphur dig in. Had one ball has been hit really well. That was the double by Abby Massey in the last inning that ended up going off of Maddie Mitchell. Runner at first with one out in the inning. Now they got the runner hung up, but she's going to end up stealing second base as Sanji threw it off the glove of Skylar Boyd, as that'll end up being a stolen base because they caught her a good throw, and I don't know if they would have had her at second base or not. Counts now 2 balls and a strike. Three and one. Even though she has walked 3 batters, no inning has she allowed more than 1. This will be fouled out of play, and we're going to go 3 and 2 again. So a good pitch by Rarick. And now we got a 3-2 pitch coming up. Foul back. So a good job of hanging in by Abby LeBlue. One hit for Sulphur and 3 hits for Dutchtown so far today. Ball hit well. Let's see if it'll tail foul, and it does. That ball had enough hook on it. One of the better struck balls of the day for Sulphur. Vega Tower, the base runner, down at second base. With Abby LeBlue, the batter. Oh, we got a nice little battle here going between Rarick and LeBlue. That's about 4 pitches in a row she's fouled off on 3-2 counts. Overcast Friday afternoon here at Lady Griffin Park. How about we do it again, as this will be out of play toward the bullpen down the right field line. See if Rowdy tries to maybe change something up here. Keeps pouring in strikes, and LeBlue keeps fouling them off. Called strike 3, got the call. What a clutch pitch by McKenna Rarick. And what a time to pick up her first strikeout of the day. Now you see the pitch again. It had the knees and also had the inside corner. Quality pitch by McKenna. And Madison Crashan, the batter. She was hit on the foot, her only time up today. Bunts it back toward the mound. Throw to first is in time. Nice job by McKenna, fielding her position well. And that big second out on the strikeout of Abby LeBlue. Played big in the inning, and another runner is left on base. As you see, McKenna to Skylar Boyd for the out. Well, let's take a look as it's 2-0 now, heading to the bottom of the fourth. We'll take a look at the bracket that we've been talking about that these two teams are in. And you'll see the Sam Houston Covington and then the Sulphur Dutchtown. Those two winners are going to play. And then Captain Shreve is at Central, while East Ascension is at Walker. The bottom 2 games, those 2 winners are going to play, as that'll be the second round games. So the winner of this contest in all probability is going to have to go to Moss Bluff and had themselves a tussle with the number 1 seeded Lady Broncos of Sam Houston. Meanwhile, East Ascension trying to go on the road to Livingston Parish and pull an upset over Walker, as Captain Shreve is battling Central. So that's a look at this bracket. And also Santa Maria is playing Live Oak today. They are in another bracket. The Santa Maria Live Oak winner will play the Acadiana West Monroe winner, as we now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Skylar Boyd to lead it off, then Bryn Sanji and McKenna Rarick. 2-0. All the runs scored in the 1st inning. Skylar fouled, bounced out to second base. Her only time up today. Fouls this pitch off. Skylar wrapping up a very solid softball career here at Dutchtown. We've talked about it. She's the only senior on this year's team, which is quite unusual. Sophia Tanner, the pitcher. And the count now 1-1. First round playoff game at home since 2015 for Santa Maria, mean for Dutchtown. 1-1 pitch coming up. Grounded foul. Dutchtown this year, the 16th seed. Last year, they were the number 29 seed. In 2017, they were the 17th seed. The year before, the 18th seed. So that was 3 years in a row opening up on the road. But in 2015, they were the number 7 seed. And that was the last first-round home playoff game they had. That off-speed pitch fouled out of play off to the right side. Higher seeds are the host teams in softball, also in baseball. That's the way things are set up nowadays. As Skylar tries to get it going here in the 4th inning for Dutchtown. Little blooper. Oh, what a nice play by Bailey Chasson, who robbed Skylar Boyd of a base hit. Watch this play by Chasson as she has to stretch out and just makes the catch, as that could have been a leadoff hit for Dutchtown. The batter now, Bryn Sanji, bounced out to second base, her only time up today. Bryn, a freshman, has been catching since day 1 for Dutchtown. This season takes a pitch for a called strike. McKenna Rarick is on deck. So a nice defensive play by Sulphur. Keeps the leadoff base runner off base. How about that pitch floating in, called a ball. Sulphur fans not really sure where that pitch was. Home plate umpire made a motion toward the Sulphur dugout. They were also wondering where it was. Shortstop. Good play. You knew that ball was going to get some funny spin because it came off the bat with some English, but a nice job by Chasson to smother and throw to first base for the out. Watch the spin off the bat. Almost overran it. Nice job by Brayley Richard to scoop it at first. And that's 2 up and 2 down here in the 4th. It's going to bring up McKenna Rarick. McKenna had a leadoff single in the 2nd inning. Takes a pitch high for a ball. McKenna's courtesy runner then was doubled up on a fly ball by Katie Lockwood to right field. 2 outs in the inning as we play here in the 4th. Little check swing fouled off. Count now 2-2. I'll make that 1-1. The drums are banging in the Dutchtown dugout. I was wondering what that noise was. I was hoping it was coming from the stands, but it's coming from the dugout. They're banging with some drumsticks on some buckets. And it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Ground ball, third base, knocked down, but off the glove of the third baseman. And that'll be an infield single for McKenna. And that's the 4th hit for Dutchtown. Nice job, you're going to see, to get a glove on this, but not able to secure it. And we're going to get a courtesy runner again.
Now running at first base, number
And this
6,
again will be Aubrey Essery. So Aubrey Essery
now batting for the Lady Griffins
will be the courtesy runner again.
Katie Lockwood.
And this is going to bring up Katie Lockwood. Katie flied out to Trinity Trahan in the 2nd inning. This is going to be a little easy pop-up, foul territory, caught by the third baseman, Madison Akrashan. And that is going to retire the side. 2nd inning in a row that a foul out ends the inning for Dutchtown. So 1 hit, a runner was left. Lady Griffins have stranded 3. We're off to the 5th. Dutchtown on top, 2-0 here on the EATEL Game of the Week.
I've been with EATEL for 20 years now, and all of us, you know, we just want to get the job done. Keeping up with the technology, it's just booming. I mean, we have to call back and get support from the office, and they're really fixing the problem back there. My favorite part of the job would be helping the customers and, you know, just the satisfaction you feel if you solve their problem, just a good feeling. I'm definitely proud to work at EATEL. It's a great company. My name is Paul, and when you call EATEL, you're going to get the service that you deserve.
Well, we're on to inning number 5 in this opening round game of the 5A state playoffs. So far, Dutchtown has made 2 first-inning runs stand up. Bessonette and Jones led off the ball game with an infield single and a sacrifice reaching on an error. And they both came around to score. Bessonette came around to score all the way on that bunt. And then Anna Jones scored on the back end of a double steal.
Top of the 5th inning, right fielder number 2.
9-1-2 due up here in the 5th for Sulphur. This will be Trinity Trahan, a strikeout victim, her only time up today. Trinity has played a good right field offensively for the Lady Tours. McKenna made some big pitches when she had to in that 4th inning. She got a strikeout and a ground out to close the inning out. She won a big battle against Abby LeBlue, who fouled off about 5 or 6 pitches. Fly ball to left field is going to hang up and go over the head of Anna Jones. Trahan rounds second. She's heading to third. And no relay throw. And that ball looked like it might have fooled Jones. Went off of her glove for a triple. As you see, Anna's first step was in, and that was just enough to allow Trahan to go all the way to third base with what will be the 2nd hit of the day
now batting second
for Sulphur.
5.
That ball had a little bit more carry than I think what Anna Jones thought it would. Here now is Lainey Bertelson. She's grounded out twice today, back to the mound and to third. Bunt, flip to the plate, safe. Took a gamble, tried to get the out at home. Nice glove flip, but good speed by Trahan as she beat the throw home. Watch how quickly Trahan comes in to score because Rarick does all she can. Head first slide by Trinity is the first run for Sulphur. RBI for Bertelson, fielder's choice. She's the base runner now at first base. And that's now the tying run with no outs.
Now batting shortstop, number 14, Bailey Chasson.
So Bailey Chasson is the batter. Sulphur now showing some life here in the fifth. Oh, that leadoff triple. Ground ball by the third baseman in the left field for a base hit. And runners are at first and second with nobody out. That ball hit well. Second hit of the inning. Watch this ball just get by Mitchell.
Now batting catcher, number 1, Abby Massey.
And now the batter, Abby Massey. She's the one that hit the hard ground ball off the body of Maddie Mitchell at third base for a double. She's 1 for 1, also had a walk. So the tying and go-ahead runs are on with nobody out in the inning. Ooh, what a swing by Abby Massey, fouling it straight back. Might expect to see an off-speed pitch of some sort here. Boy, Massey was right on that pitch. Bertelson, the runner at second, with Chasson on at first. 1-1. The leadoff triple by Trinity Trahan got this inning started. This ball is absolutely crushed foul. And I've seen enough to know that Abby Massey is the best hitter probably in this ballpark. You got to really mess with her timing. A ball, 2 strikes to count. If you're Sulphur, this is who you want at the plate, their 3-hole hitter. She's only a sophomore. This ball is crushed to center field, and this ball is going to go. 3-run home run. Massey has given Sulphur a lead with the big bomb, and the first 4 batters have all scored for Sulphur in the inning. That ball was crushed, as you can see. When she left the batter's box, if we could show that again, when she left the batter's box, she had already raised her fist. Take a look at it again if you can. Watch immediately, her fist was already pumping in the air. She knew she had a home run. She got all of it. And it is a 3-run bomb. And talk about making something happen in a hurry. They came into the inning with 1 hit. They now have 4 hits, and they've also got the lead at 4-2. And just like that, all of the hard work by Dutchtown,
Left fielder number 11, Chrislyn Ryan.
they now have a 2-run deficit. Well, looking back at the inning, the fly ball to left field that Anna Jones broke in on that ends up sailing over her head. The bunt. This is back up the middle for a hit. Boy, Sulphur's on a roll now. That's 5 in a row that have reached. 5 hits in the ball game now. And Ryan just jumped all over this pitch.
Number 16, Braylee Richard.
Caught way too much of the plate. Here's Braylee Richard. She's walked and grounded out. So Sulphur has erupted in the inning. What an impressive at-bat for Abby Massey. Fouled one off long and foul down the left field line, and then went straight away center field and easily cleared the double signs in center field. And it's 2-0 now to Richard. Well, McKenna made some big pitches in that fourth inning, but the Lady Tours are having their way here in the fifth. Little pop up, throw to first, caller safe, throw to second safe. That ball ended up with some funny spin as Katie Lockwood did all she could. Watch the spin. Lockwood got a piece of it, but the throw was not quite in time. That'll be an infield hit.
Now batting center fielder number 4, Vega Tower.
And as we take a look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits in the inning. And they came in with 1 hit. Boy, this has happened in a hurry as 6 batters in a row have reached base. Vega Tower is 0 for 1 today. Boy, they are first pitch swinging right now. Foul that pitch off. Abby LeBlue is on deck. If you're Dutchtown right here, you want to obviously stop the bleeding. You still have 3 more at-bats at it. Need an out some kind of way defensively. A moment ago, that pop-up just couldn't make a play on it as that pitch is up and in. Tower was leaning in and backed up off the plate on the pitch. One count, foul back, off to the right, and it's 1-2. Sulphur has fouled off a lot of pitches this afternoon. Crystalyn Ryan, the base runner at second. Braley Richard, the runner at first. There are 2 runs make that 4 runs in the inning. 3-run home run, the big blow. And that's going to be a wild pitch. Runners are going to both advance. Ryan to third, Richard to second. And it's unraveling a bit here in the inning for Dutchtown. Two-two pitch. Foul ball. Skylar Boyd came after it aggressively, but it was in foul territory. Seventh batter of the inning, Vega Tower. Popped up in the infield. They needed that, did the Lady Griffins. Katie Lockwood's going to make the catch. And finally, the first out of the inning. So with 1 out, it's going to bring up the designated player, Abby LeBlue, as you see the infield pop up. Lockwood able to make the play.
Number 20, Reagan Brown.
Reagan Brown is going to pinch hit for Abby LeBlue. So we get a pinch hitter here, Reagan Brown. Important runners at second and third here for Sulphur in the fifth. And that'll be a strike. The leadoff triple, and Sulphur has just fed off of that, and the Lady Tours have put 4 runs on the board. And they still have 2 in scoring position with only 1 out. Nice stop by Sanji behind the plate. 1-1 the count. Pitch inside on Reagan Brown. Upstairs, and it's 3-1. Dutchtown with 2 in the first. 4 here in the fifth for the Lady Tours. Ground ball towards short. Runner holds. Throw to first. Got her. So Cassidy Hood checks the runner who was not going on contact. And that's a big out, number 2. A little bit surprised the runner wasn't moving on contact because the infield really wasn't in. But Cassidy got it over to Skylar Boyd in a hurry. And now Madison Crochan, who's 0 for 1 today, also been hit by a pitch. This ball hit toward left field. It's going to fall in for a hit. 1 run in. Here comes another run, and it's a double. What a huge hit. 2-run double for Madison. And that is 2 huge runs. Ryan scores, Richard scores. As you see, this ball well struck. Nothing Anna Jones could do. And some quality at-bats put together in the inning now by the Lady Tours as they've batted around. And this is Trinity Trahan, who led off the inning with a triple.
Trinity Trahan.
A big 6th spot in the 5th. Trahan had struck out her first time up. Got the triple to left field over the head of Anna Jones. And that just sort of opened up the floodgates. 2-0 the count. We'll take a look at some upcoming EATEL games after this half inning. That'll be a strike. It's 2-1. So Trinity Trahan, the 10th batter of the inning. Six hits in the inning. This is going to be fouled out of play. Right now it's 6 runs on 6 hits for the Lady Tours in this inning. And some work to do for the Lady Griffins. Ground to third, it'll be a foul ball. Home plate umpire was all over that ball, that being a foul ball. But you could see Trahan has excellent speed. She gets down that line. She'd have been safe had it been a fair ball. Got her swinging. And it's going to be 6 runs on 6 hits. They're going to strand a runner. And a huge inning for the Sulphur Lady Tours.
6 runs on 6 hits.
As they score 6 runs on 6 hits, we're moving to the bottom of the 5th. It is now 6-2. Sulphur is on top. Well, as we wind down the softball and baseball season coming up, we've got baseball. We're going to go to Gator Park, where it will be East Ascension and Santa Maria. We also plan on having another softball playoff game in Class 5A coming your way. Looking to see if the Santa Maria Lady Gators pick up a win. We'll be there. And then the baseball playoffs are going to be starting, as it looks like we're going to be coming back out here to Geismar. As in all probability, Dutchtown will be hosting a first-round playoff game, and we hope to be back here for that as we wind down both the softball and baseball seasons. as this is the first round of the softball playoffs. And it is time to go to work for the Lady Griffins. After scoring in the first inning a pair of runs, they now have 9-1-2 due up here in inning number 5, and that means Carly Turner, Caitlin Bessonette, and Anna Jones, as you see some of the Dutchtown crowd that's here this afternoon. Nice playoff crowd. First pitch swinging, ground ball to third. Nice scoop by Braley Richard. And right now everything is going the way of the Lady Tours as they have all the momentum. As that was first pitch swinging. And the batter now will be Caitlin Bessonette.
Caitlin Bessonette.
Caitlin figured into that first run scored. Takes a pitch for a strike. Caitlin reached on an infield single, flied out to right field her last time up, and here she goes to right field again. And Trinity Trahan, what an inning she is having. Put a star on that play as she makes the catch in right field. Watch this grab by Trinity Trahan. Left her feet.
Now batting for the Lady Griffins, left fielder number 1, Anna Jones.
Pretty much stuck in the ground, but made the catch. And the Lady Tours stay hot. Batter now will be Anna Jones. Anna reached on an error and flied out. What a play by Trinity Trahan. That pitch ends up over Anna Jones. So 2 quick outs for Dutchtown here in the 5th. Foul ball, third base side. So the story in this one is the 3-run home run by Abby Massey. That a part of a 6-run 5th inning for Sulphur. They came into that 5th inning with only 1 hit on the day. Three and 1 now the count. Sulphur, one of 6 teams from District 3 5A in the playoffs. Dutchtown, one of 3 teams from 5-5A in the playoffs. All 3 Ascension Parish 5A schools in the playoffs. And that's going to be a walk. So, second walk issued by Sophia Tanner. And it's going to bring up Maddie Mitchell.
Now batting for the Lady Griffins, the third baseman number 5, Maddie Mitchell.
Dutchtown has 4 hits on the day. Maddie's got 1 of them, a 3rd inning single. She's 1 for 2. Ground ball by the second baseman in the right field. Anna Jones is going to scoot to third, and runners are on the corners with 2 outs. Maddie Mitchell picks up her 2nd hit of the day. Lenny Bertelson went to her right, but just couldn't come up with it.
Stop number 4, Cassidy Hood.
And the batter now, Cassidy Hood. Well, Cassidy leads Dutchtown in home runs and in RBIs. In a big spot. Lady Griffins need to try to chip away at this 4-run deficit. Cassidy has walked and fouled out to left fielder Chrislyn Ryan today. This ball hit to left field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Anna Jones is going to score. A walk and back-to-back singles. And we got a 3-run ball game. See, that ball falls right in front of Ryan. And that is now 40 RBIs on the year for Cassidy Hood. That is quite a season. 31 games and 40 RBIs. Here's Skylar Boyd, bounced out and lined out today, looking for her first hit. Takes a strike. Maddie Mitchell, the runner at second. At first base, it's Cassidy Hood. A run in the inning. We play in the 5th. Sophia Tanner's pitch. Grounded to third, step on the bag, and that will do it. 1 run scores on 2 hits, 2 runners are left on base. We're through 5 now in this Class 5A by-district round game. Sulphur's on top, 6-3, here on the EATEL Game of the Week.
EATEL has been able to provide us with a great service that provides great service for our guests. In the restaurant industry, quality and consistency are the 2 main factors. It's important to take care of customers. EATEL's been there with me from day one, and they've provided me with excellent service and room to grow and opportunity to give my guests the best experience that they can. I would highly recommend EATEL for your business. So EATEL has empowered us to do more. They worry about the little guy.
Well, welcome back to Lady Griffin Park. Lyle Boudreau with you. Our spring buddy, Mike Moeller, spending some family time this weekend. Mike will be back with us next week here on the EATEL Game of the Week. Kind of put this game together at the last minute. New format this year. They normally would play the first 2 rounds in the same week, but now that they have 3 rounds before going to the state tournament, they play on a Friday, then rounds 2 and 3 the following week. So that puts us here today. We're on to the 6th inning.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning.
Oh, that 5-run 6th inning.
Lanny Burleson.
Obviously, right now, the difference in the ball game for Sulphur. They sent 10 batters to the plate. They'll go to the top of the order with Laney Burleson, Bailey Chasson, and Abby Massey. First pitch, Burleson fouls it off. Lanny had a fielder's choice RBI. She laid down that bunt trying to score a Trahan, and when they threw to the plate late, she reached first base but got an RBI on it. Lanny, the junior second baseman, pitches outside. Only 1 hit leading up to that 5th inning for Sulphur. Dutchtown does respond with a run in the bottom of the 5th, a 2-out rally. A walk, a single, and then an RBI single by Cassidy Hood. Ground ball short. Ball was hit hard, throw to first. Hood to Boyd, and that's the first out of the inning. Hit it on the screws, but right at the shortstop, Cassidy Hood. Well, this ball got to Cassidy in a hurry. And with 1 out, the batter, Bailey Chasson. Bailey had a single, scored in the 5th. That first pitch is inside for a ball. Both these ball clubs very young. Only 1 senior starter for Dutchtown. That's Skylar Boyd at first base. 2 senior starters for Sulphur. That's a base hit right back up the middle. Nice swing by Bailey. And that is now 8 hits. And by far, Sulphur's best hitter, Abby Massey, is going to come up as you see this base hit right back up the middle. Abby Massey has walked, doubled, and hit a 3-run home run. And this young lady at the plate is only a sophomore. Well, that's a name to remember, Abby Massey. I'm sure they're going to pitch her carefully. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Chrislyn Ryan is on deck. Not real sure where that pitch missed at. 2-0 the count. And quickly now to count 3-0. Green light popped up, and it'll be out of play. Out toward the new covered batting cage for Dutchtown down the left field line. But they really did a nice job to upgrade all the facilities, baseball and softball here in the parish, with these covered batting cages at all the facilities. Three balls to strike now the count. 1 out in the inning. And that'll be a walk. Second time that Abby Massey has walked today.
Batting left fielder, number 11, Chrislyn Ryan.
And we'll get a courtesy runner. Mia LeBove is going to run.
Now running at first base, number 15, Mia LeBove.
So 2 on with 1 out, and that brings up Chrislyn Ryan. She singled and scored in the 5th inning. So if we're trying to tack on here to their 3-run lead. 0-1 on that foul ball. Through 4 innings, Sulphur had a 2-out double by Abby Massey, and that was it. But a leadoff triple by Trinity Trahan in the 5th. And they just kept on going. 6 runs scored. Good block by Brent Sanji behind the plate. Count 1-1. Popped up. It should stay in play. Skylar Boyd is going to call. And Skylar makes the grab in foul territory. Right now, all the outs are big. That's a big 2nd out of the inning. And it brings up Braylee Richard. So 2 runners still on, but they're there now with 2 outs. Braylee's the one that hit that little pop-up to the right side as the runners try to advance, and they do on a wild pitch.
Now batting first baseman number 16, Braylee Richard.
Second wild pitch of the day for McKenna. And 2 runners in scoring position here. So Lady Torres look for a 2-out hit, while Dutchtown wants to slam the door here. Foul back. Pretty good cut by Richard. Fouls it back, and it's 1-1. After the 6-run inning in the 5th, Dutchtown picked up 1 in their half. It's now 6-3. And foul back moves it to 1-2. Lots of foul balls in this game. We've seen a couple of times the on-plate umpire go to the Dutchtown dugout to get foul balls, and you don't normally see that in a softball game. 1-2 the count. Called strike 3. Got the outside corner call. So a run, 2 runners are left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming up. And it is a 6-3 ball game in favor of the Sulphur Lady Tours. It's going to be Sanji, Rarick, and Lockwood due up in the inning for Dutchtown as they move to the bottom of the 6th. The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School wants to thank Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic and State Farm Insurance and local agent Mike Toops for their support of the Dutchtown High Sports Medicine Program. Well, the winner of this game will advance into the second round, the regional round of the 5A state playoffs. As we said, this bracket's got Covington playing at Sam Houston. You figure Sam Houston should be an easy winner there, the number 1 seed against 32 seed. That winner, which would be probably Sam Houston, will take on the winner of this game. Also in the bracket is Captain Shreve at Central and East Ascension at Walker. The E.A. Walker and Captain Shreve Central winners will play in a second round game. Meanwhile, Live Oaks at Sanoma in a first round game. That winner will play the Acadiana at West Monroe winner. Some of the softball action going on statewide. Time to go to work here in the bottom of the 6th for the Lady Griffins. Bren Sanji bounced out twice today. She's 0 for 2. Bren looks to get something started, takes a strike.
Leading off the inning for the Griffins, catcher number 16, Bren Sanji.
Six hits on the day for Dutchtown against Sophia Tanner. Pitch did miss by much. It's 1-1. Dutchtown has left 5 runners on base. Ground ball knocked down, and it'll be safe. So Tanner unable to make the play. And that'll be an infield single. As you see, this ball just ends up off of her glove. 7 hits now. And we're going to get a courtesy runner.
Now running at first base,
Macy Munson.
Macy Munson. Now batting for the Lady Griffins, the pitcher number 26, McKenna Rarick.
So maybe a little bit of luck right there for the Lady Griffins. That ball not hit that hard. McKenna Rarick is the batter. McKenna's 2 for 2 today. Had a single and another infield single. Pops up the first pitch, stays in the infield. Lanny Bertelson makes the catch. McKenna saw a pitch she liked, jumped on it, but pops it up. We're going to get a pinch hitter now. Katie Lockwood due up, but a pinch hitter coming up. And this is going to be Lucia Russell. So Lucia Russell is going to be the pinch hitter.
Now batting number 27, Lucia Russell.
Lucia hitting for Katie Lockwood. Ground ball. That's one. Not in time at first, but they do get the lead runner. Sulphur making the plays. Russell jumped on that first pitch, hit the slow two-hopper to third. And now Carly Turner is going to be the batter.
Now batting number 15, Carly Turner.
Carly hits this one down the left field line. Will it hang up? It does. And for the second time today in foul territory, the left fielder, Kristen Ryan, is going to make a catch for the third out of the inning. Well, it started out promising. An infield hit. A runner is stranded. We're heading to the seventh. 6-3, Sulphur on top on the EATEL Game of the Week.
Hi, Erin with EATEL to talk about the internet service in your home.
Our engineers never rest because we are committed to bringing you the latest network upgrades for home connectivity.
We are constantly upgrading equipment because today, the average house has 7 connected devices. Streaming video, mobile devices, gaming, it all takes bandwidth, and EATEL has a full lineup of internet service options. Does your package match your needs? Call for an internet checkup and get the speed you deserve from EATEL.
Fast, local, reliable.
Well, it's on to inning number 7 here at Lady Griffin Park. 6-3 is the score. It's going to be 6, 7, and 8 due up for Sulphur here in inning number 7. Sulphur did all their damage in the 5th inning when they scored all 6 of their runs. Dutchtown picked up 2 in the 1st, added 1 in the 5th. Well, that 5th inning was a hitting clinic put on by Sulphur as they went to work.
Leading off the top of the 7th.
Vega Tower is going to lead it off.
4, Vega Tower.
Vega drew a walk in the 4th inning. Looking ahead, Dutchtown is going to be top of the order on their last call. Lady Griffin's hoping it's only a 3-run deficit. First pitch high for a ball. McKenna Rarick has gone the distance. A ball, a strike to count. She's given up 8 hits, struck out 1, walked 3, hit a batter. And as we said, all 6 of those runs scored in that 5th inning. Two one now the count. It's 3-1. Sulphur looks for some insurance. This pitch fouled out of play. On deck is Reagan Brown. Reagan entered the game in the 5th inning. And held on to by Bryn Sanji, and that's a strikeout. Just got a piece of it. Sanji holds on. That'll be the 2nd strikeout picked up by McKenna Rarick. And with 1 out in the inning.
Now batting number 20, Reagan Brown.
It'll bring up Reagan Brown. So Reagan bats for the 2nd time today. Bounced out to shortstop her only other time. And she's going to be hit by a pitch here and try to hobble down to first base. Well, that pitch just kept coming in on her. As you get a look to see here as Brown steps toward the mound and
third baseman number 7,
boy, clipped her back foot. And she's going to now come out of the ball game, and Abby LeBlue is going to re-enter the game. As Reagan Brown is going to limp off. Madison Crayshon, the batter, had a 2-run double. That was the big blow. It was a 4-2 ball game until her 2-run double in that 5th inning. That scored runs 5 and 6. First pitch inside. Again, Dutchtown will have top of the order up when they come in to bat in inning number 7. Two and 0. Trinity Trahan, who started the trouble in the 5th inning for Sulphur, is the on-deck hitter. And that'll be a called strike. It's 2-1. Now 3-1. A strikeout and a hit batter. And now a 3-1 count. In a 6-3 ball game here in the 7th. And the majority of those pitches not close. Going to be the 4th walk given up by McKenna.
Now batting right fielder number 2, Trinity Trahan.
And here is Trinity Trahan. Kind of a weird day for her. A strikeout, a triple, and a strikeout. Well, that triple was really huge because it triggered that inning. And here's a chopper off of Rarick's glove, and that's an infield single. And when that ball bounced that high, no way they were going to get Trahan at first. So an infield single becomes the 9th hit of the day for Sulphur.
Second baseman number 5, Laney Burleson.
And now with the bases loaded, we go back topside and Laney Burleson. Really want to keep it a 3-run deficit if you're Dutchtown, and this is going to be a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to hold the runners up, and everybody moves up a base. LeBlue scores. Just kind of punched it, served it right into center field for a hit.
14, Bailey Chasson.
And now Sulphur has reached double figures in hits. And Bailey Chasson will be the batter. And looming on deck is Abby Massey. It's now 7-3. Boy, a hit, batter, and a walk really have come back to roost in this inning. Hit, batter, walk, infield single. That's what set the table. And it is 2-0. That'll be a called strike. Now it's 3-1. No place to put him here. Got a strike call. It's 3-2. So a big pitch with what's looming on deck for the Lady Tours. Ground ball towards short. They're going to come home. Got the out. Throw to first. Not in time. Well, they almost went short to home to first, but they do cut down the lead runner. And that'll be the second out, as you see. Cassidy Hood. Boy, Sanji got rid of it quickly, but Chasson got down to first base quickly. And now Coach Insminger is going to go to the mound, and you know, this is one of those situations here. Do you unintentionally walk her even though the bases are loaded? Because we've already seen what Abby Massey can do with one swing of the bat. She could turn this 4-run deficit into an 8-run deficit. You see the batter Massey talking with the third base coach. And a nice look down the line, as you can see how they've cleaned it up here at the Lady Griffin Park with the fencing and then the batting cage in left field. Covered batting cage. They've got that at all the schools now. I think before this year, East Ascension Baseball was the only one that had a covered batting cage, but they've got them now at Sandoval baseball, softball, here Dutchtown baseball, softball, and also softball at EA. Well, here we go. Bases loaded. 4-run ball game. Top of the 7th. And just like that, it's going to be a 2-run hit. Might be more than that as 1 run comes in, 2 runs come in, and the runner going from first to second missed second, or it might have been 3 runs. What a day for Abby Massey. A triple shy of a cycle, and she's now got 5 RBIs.
Now running at first base, number 15, Mia LeBeau.
Mia LeBeau is going to be the courtesy runner at first base.
Fielder number 11, Kristlyn Ryan.
But what a job by Massey. A walk, a double, a 3-run home run, a walk, and a 2-run single. Batting out, Kristlyn Ryan. And it just became that much tougher now because it's a 6-run ball game. Well, how impressive has Abby Massey been today? Another base hit. And ball bobbled. 1 run is in. Here comes another run. They're going to get it in. And more runs score for Sulphur as they've added 5 more runs this inning. It's going to be a single. Going to be 1 RBI because the run will score on the error in center field. And this is going to be the 9th batter of the inning, is going to be Braley Richard. And we're going to get a new pitcher in the game as Carly Turner is going to go to the circle. And while that happens, we're going to get a pinch hitter. So Carly Turner is going to go into the circle. Carly has pitched 17 2/3 innings this year.
Now pitching for the Lady Griffins, number 15, Carly
Been very
Turner.
impressed with this Sulphur Ball Club 3rd and 4th times around. They have really done some damage. The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School wants to thank Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health and Peak Performance Physical Therapy for their support of the Dutchtown High Sports Medicine Program. Well, you were hoping to keep it a 6-3 ball game. That hadn't worked out because a 5 spot in the inning has now made it an 11-3 ball game.
Now batting, number 13, Brianna Elam.
And this is Brianna Elam pinch hitting for Richard. And I will say this about this Sulphur Ball Club. They have been very impressive swinging the bats. So Carly Turner, the new pitcher. First pitcher called strike. Well, both these ball clubs came in hot. Sulphur winning 15 of their last 17. Dutchtown 14 of their last 16. Slow roller to third base. Quick throw over to first. Well, they're going to call a foul ball. I think they're going to say it went off of her foot. Let's see if we can maybe get a look at that on a replay. Boy, the batter sure didn't make it look like it went off of her foot. It did go off of her foot. How about that Crocker Jack EATEL Game of the Week replay? That's a nice cameraman. Ground ball to third. Long throw across is going to be in time. So, good play by Cassidy Hood on the throw to first to retire the side, but 5-run score.
There were 5 runs on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 left on. We played 6.5. Your score, Dutchtown 3, Sulphur 11.
As you see, the throw over just nips the runner. Yeah, well, for Dutchtown, they are 3 outs away. They have really got to go to work now because they need 8 to keep this thing alive and keep their season alive. But before they bat in the bottom of the 7th, we want to tell you about the athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School. They want to thank Hollis Orthodontics and Raising Cane's in Prairieville, the official chicken of the Dutchtown Griffins, for their support of the Dutchtown High Sports Medicine Program. And keep in mind that we've got more baseball and softball coming your way as we wrap up the spring portion of our Game of the Week schedule. Of course, we start in the fall with football, then go through the winter months with basketball, and baseball and softball in the springtime. We have got East Ascension at Santamont in baseball is going to close out the regular season on the EATEL Game of the Week. Yeah, we also hope to get you another softball playoff game and baseball playoffs coming up on the EATEL Game of the Week. Well, they fire it down. We got a new pitcher in the ball game. This is going to be Reagan Brown.
Now pitching for Sulphur.
So Reagan Brown, the new pitcher.
Brown.
And let's see what Dutchtown elects to do, if they're going to bring up some pinch hitters. Top of the order is due up, and it will be Caitlin Bessonette.
Center field number 3, Caitlin Bessonette.
Caitlin is 1 for 3 today. She's been robbed in right field on some outstanding plays by Trinity Trahan. And the first pitch from Reagan Brown is a called strike. Well, Reagan Brown was a batter that was hit in the foot. And got hit by a pitch, limped off, but she's recovered to come in and try to close this thing out. Ground ball to short, got to hurry, and they do. How about that play by Bailey Chassaw to Braylee Richard? I've been impressed with this Sulphur ball club.
For the Lady Griffins, left fielder number 1, Anna Jones.
They have made the plays defensively like that one right there. Well, actually, that is Brianna Elam over at first base defensively now. Here's Anna Jones. Touchdown down to the final 2 outs. Anna has scored 2 of the 3 runs. Foul back. That's close to our car, Ted. I don't think it had enough lift to it. Might want to try and reach up and knock that down next time. 0-2 now the count. Pop up. Shortstop out. Left fielder in. Chrislyn Ryan has been solid in left field.
Now batting for Dutchtown, third baseman number 5, Maddie Mitchell.
And the Griffins now are down to their final out. This is going to be Maddie Mitchell, who's had a nice day at the plate. Maddie is 2 for 3. Make it 3 for 4. How about that? Well, the sophomore is swinging it well. Came in batting .527 on the year and add another 3 more hits to the total. That's now 8 hits for the Griffins.
Now batting for Dutchtown, shortstop number 4, Cassidy Hood.
Batter now, Cassidy Hood. Cassidy with an RBI single back in the 5th. Lady Griffins down to their final out, and this might be it. Popped it up. Center fielder in and on the run. Vega Tower is going to make the catch. And a large contingent of Sulphur fans high fives and do some screaming and hollering as they pick up the win. Big road win. 6-run 5th inning is the big difference as they come on and defeat the home team, Dutchtown, by a final of 11-3. So for Sulphur, they will advance to the second round. For Dutchtown, they'll close out their season at 20-11 on the year. That'll do it. We'll be back next week with more on the EATEL Game of the Week. We hope to have another softball playoff game. We do know we've got EA and Santa Monica baseball, as that'll wrap up the regular season. Again, your bi-district round final from Lady Griffin Park, Sulphur 11, Dutchtown 3. For our producer-director Andre Chopay and cameraman Nolan Wagasback, I'm Lyle Boudreau, and you have been watching the EATEL Game of the Week.